What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are doing great. It's good to see some of these names I feel like I haven't seen in such a long time. Let me get that together right there. What's up, y'all? What's up, good people? Blessings to you as well. Freddie Stokes. Anytime Freddie Stokes pops in on something that you're doing, you have made it because you can't hide money. And when money clocks into your Facebook Live, you are on that place. You have made it to that place. What's up, guys? Yeah, it has been a long time. It's been a very long time. Hey, Kiera. Hope you're not mad at me. I hope you saw my email. Hey, what's up, bro? Oh man, I feel like I miss Huntsville now. I hope you guys are doing really good. I'm gonna do me a quick favor. Just hit the share button. I see you laughing, Kiera. Hit the share button really quickly. I want to get as many people in as I can real quick, just so I can kind of knock this out. I definitely have something to say. It's been a very long time since I've been able to get on Facebook, get on any of these live platforms. I've been kind of had some major things going on, but I'm glad to be back. And I'm ready to come back, guys, with a little punch, with a little vengeance. So as you guys do me a quick favor, just kind of share, and then we're going to go ahead and get rolling. I hope that everybody's having an amazing Thursday. For many of us, it's our Friday, and there's absolutely nothing like Friday or Thursday night Friday. But as you can see, I'm at home being very productive, and I have no problem with that. But because I feel like I'm rambling now, I'm ready to jump on. So I'm going to talk really quickly. So the name of this Periscope or this Facebook Live or whatever you want to call it is called No Vacancy. When you think of vacancies, you think about most of the time. The first thing I thought about was when you go into a hotel. It's usually one of those pretty trashy hotels. You can't hide. Freddie, I like that. You can't hide vision. Can I like that? There it is. But when you think about vacancies, of course, vacancy is something that's kind of letting you know that something is available and something is actually open, whether it's open to be booked, open to stay, open to purchase, like whatever your vacancies are or whatever vacancy is, it's pretty much letting you know there's an opening at some point. And I'm entitled this scope or this broadcast, No Vacancy, because I've realized within myself and as well with, of course, with those that I love, those that I see every other day, and then just some people in general, that many of us were so busy that we have no room for anything else. Think about how many times you have been like, oh my, okay, I need to do something new. I need to do this. I need to do that. But you just don't have the time. You don't have any vacancies in your life. And I've realized how damaging that has been to me when I actually took some time to think about how booked I really was, how filled I really was, how, what's another good word to call it? How occupied I really was. But when I started to think about what's been occupying me, what's filling my time, what's putting me in the mindset to feel like I can't do something else because I've already got enough on my plate, there's no vacancy. And I started to process what that looks like. And when I really was honest with myself, I was like, man, you know what? The stuff that I'm saying I don't have any vacancy for is because I got trash in the way. I've got trash inside of my house. And so with me having trash inside of my house, I'm realizing that there are some areas I really just need to clean up because I need to make room for what I believe is getting ready to happen in my life. Think about it. A lot of us I believe in God, and we pray, we fast, we shout, we study, and we really rest on this notion that, oh my God, I'm making room for whatever God has to come in my life. But really ask yourself, are you really making room, or does it just sound good? Are you just saying, you know what, I'm making room, I'm making space? But no, really, are you physically making space in your life for your future? Many of us all of us has a one-of-a-kind future that is laid out before us because God is so faithful and sovereign that he's really etched this thing out. But majority of us don't have any room for the future to come into our lives. Like, how crazy does that sound for you and all the greatness that lives on the inside of you? And there's just no room for you to utilize what it is that you have there because you have other things occupying it. So did that make pretty good sense to you guys? Like, it's really simple, but it's really profound. It's really kind of been whooping me the last month or so that I'm ready for my future. I'm ready for all these amazing things that are going to come, but yet there's no space for them to come, for them to sit in where they are. And so what I have done, I've compiled this thing called the Clutter to Clarity Challenge, because I know just like me, many of you guys are preparing for your future and ready for something different, ready for your next wave and your next level. However, there's just no room for that in your life, in your current life. And I tell you this, I would love to say that your life is filled with all these amazing things, because it is. But also, if we're real about it, your life is filled with a whole lot of junk and trash that should have been thrown away or discarded some years ago, for some of us some decades ago, for many of us some months ago, and for some of us a few days ago. We have kept on to some things. When you really process it, you're a hoarder. Many of us are hoarders. I know I never consider myself to be a hoarder because I throw stuff away all the time, but then I buy more stuff. But guess what? All I did was create space for new stuff and then fill it up immediately with something that I probably didn't need because I'm so used to I want something to be filled. Many of us have kind of unintentionally programmed our minds and our lives to say, you know what, I want my life filled with this. And guess what? That has nothing to do with where you're going. And the things that you are filling it with have actually become toxic. They've become things that have pretty much polluted your water stream. It's polluted your source. It's polluted everything about your life because there's simply just way too much stuff present. And so I am challenging and charging you guys to join me for 12 days from clutter to clarity. You got stuff in your mind. You got stuff in your heart. You got stuff in your daily routine. You got stuff in your mind, your logic and your perspective. You got stuff in your ear gates. You got stuff in your eyes. You got stuff in your money. There's some room in your life that you just have to have somebody to put their hand on your neck and say, we are going to make some space. So I want to encourage you guys and ask you guys to join me as we make space together to basically just be better. There's no need for us to live this amazing life or think we're living this amazing life. And then we look up and we're like, oh my God, my life really wasn't all that great because I'm getting closer to the end of it, or I'm getting closer to where I want to be. And I'm realizing I just can't get to that last place. But it's because you got a lot of junk. You're holding on to a lot of stuff. We hear quotes like this and we say they're cliche. Everybody can't go with me to my next level. Yeah, that's true. But it's also a whole lot of stuff that you do, that you say, that you own, even physically, that cannot go with you to your next level. Because I'll tell you one thing that I've learned in my decluttering stage of life, that I can look at my room, I can look at the things in my car, and I can tell where I am mentally that week. Because if I'm having a rough week, or my car is rough. If I'm having a rough week, my room is rough. But when I'm intentional about doing something as small as cleaning my room, getting piles of clothes off the floor, I'm realizing that my mind is able to flow and to flow naturally because things are not just in the way. You've got a lot of things that are just simply in your way that you've got to get rid of. And I've committed myself and committed you to jump in to get rid of a lot of junk. We got a lot of scraps. We got a lot of mess. We got a lot of things that have just stayed past their time, past their expiration date. People, we got a lot of things that we need to just work through and get out of the way. And so I'm encouraging you guys and challenging you all to join me, to go on my Facebook page or go to my website, www.IamEvanBrown, and join me for 12 days from clutter to clarity. Clarity is essential. Not just in this moment and just not in this season of life, but also clarity is just essential for life in general. There's absolutely nowhere for you to get to your place called there, and you don't even know what direction to go in. You need clarity for that. You need clarity to understand what to do, what to move, who to connect with, what to start, what to stop. You need clarity for that. And you can't get clarity on anything with a messy mind, with a messy thought process, with a messy logic, with a messy routine, with messy money. You are never going to get to that place in your future that you see yourself if you still got a lot of stuff in the way. And I tell you, over these 12 days, we're going to tackle these areas that I call the big six areas of life, where we're really going to deal with for 2 days apiece those particular areas: your heart, your mind, your money, your affections, your time, your priorities, your conversation, what you hear, what you listen to, what you say, your goals, even your dreams. A lot of us are trying to get to a millionaire dream, $1 million initiative, and it's like you got so much stuff in your mind that you can't even get through how you're going to make it to Friday. Where you got a whole plan of action to put in place. You need to be able to think past Friday. You need to be able to think past today. You need to be able to think past when you get off work at 5 o'clock. What are you going to do when you get off work to make your dreams happen? You need to be able to think at that place and think at that level for you to get to where you're trying to go. So it's really simple. It's called from clutter to clarity. We're going to deprogram. We're going to unwind. We're going to get rid of a lot of stuff. For some people, this will be a measure of deliverance. You're going to lose a lot. You're going to lose a lot. But I promise you, the best thing you could do in this season is to lose the dead weight, to shed the dead weight. I've made it a part of my routine, my physical routine, even getting up, going to the gym, to release and lose dead weight, because dead weight is a lot heavier than what you realize. It's a lot, of course, it's heavier on your body, but it's also really heavy on your mind. Think about the things that you can identify in this moment in life that are dead weight, that you are still lagging, that you are still dragging along, that you are still trying to bring into what you are trying to do. You have no more space in your life in general, and you definitely don't have any for dead weight. Your future is really waiting on you, and many of us have compromised our future with our inability to let things go. We have compromised our future with the inability to let people go. We have compromised our future because of the inability to change our mind about who we are. We have compromised our future because we've chosen not to actually pick a dream and stick with it. You don't have a problem with consistency. You got to take yourself more seriously and sell yourself out to what you believe it is that you're supposed to be doing. It's a real simple fix. I promise you. If I don't know anything else, I have learned how to make some of life's most complex situations very simple, because I really do believe most things are very simple. I actually do believe that we have power in our minds. And I know for a fact, nothing beats a made up mind. I know how many times when I have been wrong as I don't know what. But because I was wrong and I knew I was wrong and my mind was made up in that, I was not going to budge on that. Think if you took that same perspective, that same outlook, that same that logic, that same consistency, that same wherewithal just to hold on. If you took that with you into something that could be very profitable for your life, not necessarily profitable by way of financially, but also just profitable with what can come from it. Like, we got to look at the bigger picture here. You can do a whole lot of stuff if you get rid of just a few small things that you don't even realize. We look at a lot of stuff in life and it's like, and I'm going to get off pretty shortly. We look at it and it's like, oh my God, this is just a small problem. But you don't see that what you see is just like, it looks like a small problem is really a glacier underneath that is wide, that is long, that is borderline immovable. And we're just kind of walking around, oh my God, I can just turn. This is a little mountain, this is a little molehill. No, some of this stuff just got to go. Some of these people just have to go. Some of the ways that we process things just have to go. It is really simple. It just has to go. And because it has to go, you have absolutely no choice but to do what you got to do to make some room in your life for the things that you believe that God is really ready to give you. We are doing God a disservice by him wanting to bestow on us and give to us so many different things. But because of where we are and our inability to let go, we don't even have any space for what he wants to give us. And then some of us are so crazy that we'll go to church on Sunday, we'll go on Wednesday, we'll go on Tuesday, we'll pay our tithes in obedience, we'll praise the Lord, we'll worship him, we'll serve, and we'll do all these things, and our lives are still cluttered and nothing ever happens. It's because you did that part, but now you got to do the harder part. You got to you got to say, you know what? I got to identify this is dead weight. This is dead weight. This person is dead weight. The way I'm operating is dead weight. The way I think is dead weight. And you know what you got to do with dead weight? You got to cut it off. And I know for a fact, because you guys are so smart. You guys are so intelligent. You guys are so, what's another word I can use? You guys are just so great that it won't take you long to cut some things off. It won't take you long to cut some people off. It won't take you long to change your own mind. You just have to be committed to it. You have to have somebody say, you know what, that's not right. And so that's what we're going to deal with for 12 days straight. The things in the areas in your life that you know already off back is just not right. It's not at its best. And because it's not at its best, you're not able to be at your best. So I said all that to say I encourage you guys to join me in some of the most amazing minds that you could ever come across. One of them is named Kristen Ward. She's based in Atlanta. She is a guru of all things, but she's anointed for money. And many of us are believing God for the wealth that we're supposed to have, but we're not doing anything to get to that place. The next person is a guy named Jamal Hedgewood. He is out of Chicago, Illinois, and his mindset, the way he thinks about things has really, I've watched him process. I've watched him grow. He's now on he's a minimalist. I'm not sure if you guys have ever had the chance to watch that documentary on Netflix, but Jamal has opened my eyes to even some further areas of where I need to work on, because there is literally just too much stuff. And then lastly, my spiritual mother, Pastor Maya White, she's in St. Louis. She's a phenomenal woman. She's going to talk about how we declutter our hearts, our affections, our emotions, those things that are really those things that are really holding us down. Many of us can't go up because there's so much holding you down. You got weights tied around your ankles. And it's like, oh my God, I'm doing all this, but you can't get anywhere because you're tied up. And so we're going to use these 12 days to literally and physically untie ourselves from people, from systems, from poverty, from the way we go about things, from the routines that are unhealthy. We are going to use this time, these 12 days, to go from clutter to clarity. So I encourage you guys, if you are interested, bring a friend with you. You know, you got at least one friend that you know needs to kind of get their life together a little bit and release some things and release some people and release some ways that they may have, including you, Get them to do it with you. Make it a group effort. I promise you this is going to be something very, very simple, but very, very powerful. And it's going to be very, very effective. And it's going to bring a lot of good results out of your life. I have never felt so good. I have never felt so light in my life. But I first had to realize that there are some areas where I am simply just cluttered. There's no room for even what God is trying to do. I don't have any space for it. And when I started to make space for it, I started to see what God can start to do inside out. And I believe that you guys are going to experience the same levels of freedom that I am walking in right now, and then some, because I know that this is going to be very, 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 very essential for where you're about to go and for the last portion of this year. So again, thank you guys for jumping on in. Go to my website, www.iamevanbrown. If you follow me on Instagram, just hit the link in my bio. If you follow me on Facebook, or if you're on here on Facebook, you can just hit the link in my last status and just join the group. That's it. It's real simple. Join the group. It's free. You're going to join the group. I'm going to send out the instructions probably in the next in like 2 or 3 days and give people more time to jump. But we're going to do it. We're going to really press for 12 straight days from the 19th to the 27th. 12 straight days. The 19th through the 30th. We're going to press. We're going to be intentional. We're even going to have a little mason jar that's going to be our little dumping ground where we're actually going to write what we're putting in there. Because over those 12 days, God's going to really begin to show us some areas where we are legit just filled. And he's not just going to reveal those areas. He's going to reveal to us those things in the area that are holding and taking up all the space. So yes, mason jar is April. So again, thank you guys for jumping on in. Don't forget, IamEvanBrown.com. Also, if you're on Facebook, just hit my Facebook page, Evan S. Brown, and hit the button right there and join up. Somebody just joined up. A couple people just joined just then. I promise you, it's going to be the best free investment in yourself that you could have ever made. 12 days, 12 steps, but nonetheless, you're going to walk away from this with so much clarity, with so much insight, with so much freedom that you're going to be like, you know what? I'm glad I did it. And don't forget, don't do it by yourself. Bring a friend. Somebody said, dang, you cute. Glory to God. Bring a friend, bring a group of friends, bring your coworkers. You don't have to be saved to do this. This is going to be some very practical knowledge that are going to help you declutter your life. You're going to get your life. And so I just want to show you guys this really nice flyer because these are some amazing, some great looking black people. I mean, quality black people. And these are some of the amazing faces and the voices that you're going to hear from. So please know these people are skilled and they are great in what they do. They know what they are doing. They know what they are teaching. And guess what? They are living out the life that we need to live. The areas that we need some help, they're excelling, and I'm so excited for them to be a part. So again, go to my website, I am Evan Brown. Go to my Instagram. The link is in the bio. Hit me on Facebook. The link is right there as well. Join in with us. I promise you, you don't want to be the one that misses this, because in 12 days or after 12 days, you're going to have a whole bunch of free people walking around amongst you. You're going to say, you know, what did you do to get so free? And they're going to say, you know what? I jumped in this 12-day challenge and I realized that I got to let you go because you are clutter. But don't let your moms go. You got to keep your moms. But I love you guys. Have an amazing Thursday. Don't forget, it's the weekend. Enjoy yourself. Go to church on Sunday. Worship God. But remember that there you got one life to live. Live well. Have a good one.